Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. So you're probably wondering, Hannah, why are you wearing Mickey Mouses? But today I'm going to be doing a video using the Spectrum Collection's Mickey Mouse collection in collaboration with Disney. So I'm going to be talking through the 10-piece set. So this is their new collection. I'm going to show you how to use them and what I use them for as well. All details on where to get these will be in the description box below. You can also get more products in this collection as well. I'll just show you a sneak peek of what you can get, which is the clutch bag or brush bag, whatever you want to use it for. You could definitely use this on a night out, but this comes with the 10-piece set, or you can get the 10-piece set on its own. But yeah, I'm going to be using these brushes today to create this look right here. So I've gone for more of a soft glam today. I had a bit of inspo from my best friend Alicia. She messaged me this look by Charlotte Tilbury, and yeah, she just got me all inspired to do like a peachy spring soft glam makeup look. I thought I'd do something a little bit more relatable. I feel like these steps were really easy to achieve this kind of look, so hopefully you find it helpful. But yeah, if you do want to see how I got this look right here, then just keep on watching. Okay, so you obviously want to start with clean spirit fingers. Okay, so to start off with, I have used my NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. I've used that all over my skin, so as you can see, it looks really glowy because we want that to show through the foundation later on. We want our skin to look really fresh and really glowy for this kind of makeup look. So for foundation today, I'm going to use my EX1 Invisiwear Liquid Foundation. Okay, so the foundation brush that is in this set is the B01 brush. So if you are a fan of Spectrum, then you know this is the famous B01 brush. It is a flat top brush, so it's amazing for packing on product, getting a really full coverage. Or if you prefer more of a natural finish, you can swipe the product like that, and it will tend to sheer the foundation out. Next, I'm going to apply a concealer underneath my eyes, and I have gone a little bit lighter just because I do want to highlight underneath there. So the next brush I'm going to use is the B08 brush. So because these brushes are synthetic, you can use them with liquid and powder products. And then the way I'm going to blend this in is literally by tapping the product underneath the eye. So just by pressing it in, you're keeping the coverage exactly where you put it. And then the edges, you can literally just swirl the brush around in circular motions and just blend out the edges. Okay, so as I said earlier, we obviously want this look to be really nice and glowy. So I'm going to use a cream highlighter today. So this is the Liquid Chrome Highlighter Drops by Barry M in the colour Liquid Fortune. So I'm going to apply that to the top of my cheekbones, and then I'm literally going to dab it on with my finger and really work it into the products that you've already got underneath, so it will kind of blend into the foundation. Just buff over the edges just to ensure you don't have like a distinctive line between the cream highlighter and the foundation. So if you are on more of the oily side like me, you might want to powder at this point, because it's all well and good using cream products because they look so nice and natural and healthy, but you don't want to end up looking like an oil slick. Why have I got an itch? So the trick is to use powder in just specific areas. So this brush is perfect for that because it is the cutest little tapered tulip powder brush. So I'm going to use a translucent powder, so that way we're not changing like the texture or the colour of the skin. Just going to dab that right underneath the eyes, just really softly. So by using your A08 brush, it can ensure that you don't put too much powder everywhere. Okay, so now we just need to add a little bit more colour into our skin. So the brush to apply my bronzer is the C03 brush. So this is slightly larger than the A04 brush, just to compare them. But I like using this for bronzer because one, it's super fluffy, so it blends out the product so easily. And also because it's so soft, it doesn't pick up too much product either. I'm going to pop that a little bit on the cheekbones, down the bridge of the nose to sweep it back onto the cheeks. So we still do want to add a little bit of shape to the face, and it is still kind of a glam look, it's just more a bit of a natural glam. I still want to contour, so that's where this baby comes in. So this is the A05 brush. As you can see, it is more of a angled brush now, so that really allows you to kind of get right underneath the cheekbone, and it's still a little bit fluffy, so it will allow you to blend it out. It just fits right underneath that cheekbone like that. I'm going to grab a little bit of contour. This is a contour powder, and I'm going to start from the hairline and work my way down right underneath the cheekbone. And because this is still a little bit fluffy, like I said, it applies it and kind of blends out the edges. Okay, so I've just gone and done one eyebrow off camera, and now I'm going to show you how I achieved it. So the first thing you want to do, so I am using the A26 brush. So this is great for this kind of look because it has obviously got a comb on one side, so you can really brush up the brows, and then it's got an angled brush on the other side, as you can see the angled brush right there. And I'm going to use a brow powder today, so when using powder you get more of a softer look and it doesn't look too defined, as opposed to more of a gel, which is really strong and it's a little bit harder to kind of blend out. So I'm going to get a little bit of powder on the angled brush, and I'm literally going to start from the bottom of my brow. I'm not going to start right at the front because we don't want that to be too defined. I'm literally going to start flicking upwards from the bottom of the brow. So you can see I'm literally just flicking it up. That way you can kind of get almost like brow-like strokes. But the trick is just to always go back in with your brush after you apply the product. So even though we have gone for more of a fluffy brow, I still do like a little bit of definition kind of underneath the very arch of my brow, just because I feel like that looks a little bit more put together when you've got a little bit of highlight right at the arch of the brow, and just makes it look a little bit more clean. Obviously you don't have to do this, but to apply the concealer I'm going to use the A16 flat brush. So this is a really nice detailer brush. You can use this for lips, but I really like to use it for underneath the brows to define the brows, because it is more slightly rounded, so it really allows you to kind of carve out the brow if you want that really defined look, or allows you to be a little bit more precise. So I'm just going to get a little bit of concealer and lightly blend that underneath the brow. So I'm not exactly like carving the brow out like I normally would with a really defined brow. Just adding a little bit of kind of highlight to lift that arch. So it's not like, so the powder doesn't like blend into the skin. So to finish off the brows, I'm going to use the NYX brow set in. This is the Control Freak clear brow set. That's going to finish off the brows and just add a little bit of texture to the natural hairs, so they look that little bit more fluffy and fuller. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the eyes now, and firstly as a base I'm going to use this liquid shimmer shadow. So this is a liquid eyeshadow. I don't know the brand, I think it's Lock. I think that's what it's called. I got it in this month's Birchbox, but it's a really nice champagne colour, so it goes on as a liquid and then it sets down. And then I'm going to use A07 brush. So this is a flat brush, but it still has a little bit of give to it, so it's slightly fluffy at the same time, so it's great for this kind of eyeshadow because it is quite firm. It really buffs out that edge because you want to get to it before it dries. Okay, so the first powder eyeshadow I'm going to go in with is from the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. So I'm going to use the colour Cake Mix, which is a really light neutral. It's kind of a neutral warm tone transition colour. And to apply that, I'm going to use the famous, the best blending brush, which is the B06 brush. So this is obviously a fluffy blending brush, amazing at blending out powder or cream eyeshadow because it is nice and fluffy. It just helps to get either that smoky eye or to apply a very light wash of colour. Because it is fluffy, it doesn't apply too much and it just helps to diffuse out any powder or cream eyeshadow. So I'm going to get that Cake Mix eyeshadow from the Jeffree Star palette on the tip of my B06 brush, and I'm going to apply that. Start on the outer corner in circular motions. Because this brush is so fluffy, it literally just diffuses the colour out straight away. You don't get any harsh lines. And just lightly blend that over the edge of that cream eyeshadow. So now I'm going to go in with the A12 brush, which is the pencil brush from this collection. So this is really good for packing on eyeshadow kind of underneath the eye, but it still has a little bit of give to it. So it does help to like blend it out at the same time. So taking that same colour as before, and then just blending right underneath the eye. And I always take the colour reasonably low. That's completely up to you. But we just want that colour going all the way round the eye. So I'm going to use my Be Perfect Carnival palette now in collaboration with Stacey Marie, makeup artist. And I am going to dip into the colour Hush. So this is a really nice peachy gold colour. You don't have to use this exact palette, just as long as it's on more of the peachy kind of gold side, then that is completely fine, with a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm going to go back into my A07 brush now. So like I said earlier, it's nice and flat, and it is still kind of fluffy. So it's great at applying shimmer eyeshadow because it really like buffs it onto the lid. I'm going to get that on the side of the A07 brush and tap off any excess, and we're going to dab that all over the lid, and then also back and forth motions. So when you kind of like buff the shimmer on, I find it really ensures it's like nice and metallic. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of definition, and I'm going to go in with the colour Basic, which is a warm tone brown. It's kind of like a reddy brown, just to add a little bit of definition. So I'm going back in with my B06 brush. That was the fluffy brush from before, and we're going to hit that right in the natural crease of my eye. And then the same thing as before, taking my A12 pencil brush, I'm going to go in with that darker colour and just apply that underneath the lash line, just to give it a little bit of definition. So I'm going to add a little bit of highlight now to the brow bone and also to the inner corner. So I'm going to go back in with my A16 flat definer brush. And I don't want this highlight to be too like noticeable. You know how sometimes like on some of my looks I'll do it really bright and a lot lighter than my skin tone, but I want this one to kind of almost like blend into the skin. You know how like models have that really nice like highlighted brow bone? So I'm going to use the Be Perfect Sub-Zero highlighter palette in collaboration with Momo Mitchell. I'm going to use the colour Lifestyle, which is more of the goldy colour, and just press that on top of the brow bone. Also, the A16 brush is perfect for being a little bit more precise because it is so tiny. I'm starving. So next I'm going to show you how to get that kind of Charlotte Tilbury smoky liner. So what I'm going to do first is go in with NYX's Epic Ink Liner in the colour Brown. So just draw a very thin rough line to start off with. And then to get the wing, so the trick is to follow the natural, well, the bottom lash line. So you almost want to draw a line upwards as if this bottom lash line was continuing up. So I almost just flick it out just very roughly and very lightly. It doesn't have to be neat or anything. And then from the top of that, bring it inwards. So you're flicking out and then in. Colour inside the little triangle like that. So you don't have to be like really neat with it, because we're going to be going in with eyeshadow after this. So that's what's going to make it a little bit smudgy. And then if you feel like you haven't got a very steady hand, or you're not great at creating that wing, you can go over it with eyeshadow to kind of smudge out the edges and make it look a little bit more smoky, and you don't have to be neat. So that's the good thing about it. So I'm going to go back into my Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, and we're going to go into this colour, the darkest brown in the palette, and back in with my A26 brush, which is the angled side. And I'm going to press that, not necessarily all over the line, but I'm going to press it over the edge where the liner meets the eyeshadow. And just all round kind of like effortless, so it doesn't look like, you know, proper Instagram kind of look. It just looks like you've made an effort. It hasn't taken you too long. So that is pretty much the eyes done. So I'm going to go apply a little bit of mascara and pick out the lashes that I'm going to wear. So I am going to use an eyeliner. Wow, this is actually a lip liner, so use at your own risk. You're not actually supposed to, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is NYX lip liner in the shade Cocoa. It's a really nice warm brown, so I feel like it goes with the eyeshadow perfectly. So next I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara, and I'm also going to go in with some lashes. The lashes that I'm using today is the Ardell Demi Wispies. So just want to go for any kind of lash that is really fluttery and really wispy to get that kind of, again, Victoria's Secret wispy sort of effortless lash. Forgot about my ears for a moment. Just going to go back in with a little bit of concealer quickly with my B06 fluffy brush. This is really nice for concealer if you want to be quite precise, because it kind of just buffs the product on. But I'm just going to pop that right into the inner corner of the eye, just to clean up any eyeshadow that might have dropped, just to bring that light back underneath the eye. So for the lips, I'm going to go in with the NYX lip liner, and this is in the colour High Standards. I like to use this with more of a peachy lip because it's got like a really warm undertone. It is quite dark, but I just feel it blends quite nicely with the nude, so that way the nude doesn't like blend into your skin colour. And then I'm going to go into the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, which is called Nude Kate. Okay, so that is pretty much the look finished, guys. I really hope you found it useful and you got to know the brushes a little bit better and how to use them. Please let me know what you want to see next. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video if you did enjoy it, and also let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And don't forget to check out the Mickey Mouse collection in collaboration with Disney by Spectrum Collections. I will leave all the details down below, all the links where you can get it, and also the other products that you can get in this collection as well. But that is everything from me. Thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me in my next one. Bye! So, right, let's get organised. So next I'm going to use my Elizabeth... Why can't I speak? Come on, put it together.